Hello guys and welcome. So in this video I'm going to be discussing the idea of buying everything that I want and what effect that can have on your personal finance. Thank you for watching the video so far. Remember to give it a thumbs up, subscribe and ring the bell to help with the YouTube algorithm. Now back to the video. So basically what I mean by buying everything I want is simply you set your mind on something. It's like, I want this, I want this, I want this, I want this. Now, of course, that can have a devastating effect on your personal finance if you decide you want everything. You know, you want to buy everything that comes out, all the new clothes, all the new games, all the new everything. So the way that I handle that sort of feeling, because I feel that as human beings, we're sort of pushed towards that feeling, especially with the sort of spam marketing that we get right now, is to change your priorities, change the way you think about it. So as now I am more concerned with my money, you know, and the way I handle my money, the way I invest it, and so on. And if you've seen the journey of this channel so far, you understand the why I've ended up that way. Then my priorities have changed into what I actually want. So that's why I made my other video as well, talking about wants versus needs. So basically, in that video, I explained to you that if you need something, like you need food, you need water, whatever, then sure, buy it. But if it's just a want, then it becomes second priority. So basically, my idea is, and the way that I cope with those sort of urges like that I used to have, especially before, is basically I set a goal in mind. So, for example, I want to buy a third screen, a third monitor. I've already bought two new ones. I want to get a third one so that I could have more space when I'm like streaming on Twitch or whatever. Now, because that's a want and it's not a need, that's why I'm delaying until I'm in what I feel is a very comfortable financial position. Then I'll get it. Like, because I know full well that I can cope with what I have. I've thought about it, I've rationalized it, you know, that I've already decided that okay, it's a nice to have, it's a want. I will buy it eventually. So that's the thing. So I am actually in a situation where I'm buying everything I want. Why? Because I don't want much. I don't want anything. So other than a third screen and maybe like eventually a standing desk, you know, like I don't really have any wants. I prioritize all my money and all my finances into what I need. So I need, for example, food. I need to pay my rent. I need to basically have clothes to wear and so on. You know, I need these basic things to in order to live. So please, if you haven't seen it already, please watch my needs versus want video. You can find it on my channel, and it talks about the same concept. So a lot of times I will sort of rebrand the same topic. It's with a different label, but it's the same concept. It's exactly the same. It's basically need versus want. So I can buy everything I want because simply I don't want anything. So it's a very simple thing, but it's a change in the way of thinking that can help your personal finance greatly. Simple as that. So because now I've worked really hard to be completely debt free, it means basically that I never want to repeat the mistakes of the past that ended up with me being in debt to begin with. Simple as that. And I'm reinforcing that by one, reflecting on how it was when I was in terrible debt, and two, thinking about how I ended up in that situation to begin with. And that's experience, you know, that's life. That's how we develop and how we learn. Simple as that. So, yeah. So please check out the need versus want video. Can you buy everything that you want? Are your wants many? Do you actually really need the items that you are desperate to get? Like, will it make a difference in your life? I would say basically that the real easy way to determine whether you want or need something is basically, does said item or said whatever keep you alive? It's a big question. So basically, food keeps you alive. Having a nice place to stay keeps you alive. Having a bed to sleep in keeps you alive. wearing clothes so you don't freeze to death when you go outside and people don't throw things at you. That keeps you alive. You know, the latest and greatest handbag does not keep you alive. It's a nice to have. You know what I mean? So that's the thing. When you're looking at spending money, think to yourself simply, the thing I'm buying, will it keep me alive? Do I need it? If you don't need it and you have debt, then my opinion, and if it was me, my priority would be putting all of that money into debt relief. Simple as that. So, because remember, this channel is focused on the idea of debt relief and becoming financially independent. It's not about how to spend lots of money when you have lots saved up. That's for a different channel. For this channel is focused on how to clear debt. So if you have debt, basically take a step back and make your priority, and I've also made a video about that, how clearing debt is my #1 priority. Take a step back and think, your priority should change. The priority should be becoming debt-free. Simple as that. So basically, yeah. So I can buy everything I want because I don't want anything. I don't want much. Like my basic to buy list is like, it's got one item on it, maybe two at the very, very most. And because it's a one, it means I'm happy to wait and wait and wait and wait for it. So yeah, and then once I've got it, then what? Then we'll see. So yeah. Anyway, I don't want to babble on about this for 2 hours. I think you understand the concept, hopefully. So anyway, guys, this channel is aimed at financial independence, managing personal finance, managing money, and managing yourself. So please check out the other videos, especially the ones I mentioned in this video.